Good morning, and welcome to the week before Thanksgiving break. Well-deserved break coming up. I just want to start us off this morning, and as I was thinking about these opening remarks, I was thinking, I truly hope there is a time when I do not need to address the student body about the tragedy of gun violence in our country. Once again, a few weeks ago, we experienced an episode here in California in Thousand Oaks, where it appears that mental health contributed to yet another act of violence in our country and in our state. And I know that many of you are actively engaged in trying to solve the issues of mental health and gun violence, and I applaud your work, and I urge you to continue, because I think it's going to be this generation sitting before me who will try to make the biggest difference. So thank you for that continued work. Also, we're in a state of emergency in our state around the fires that are affecting lots and lots of people. And there may be many in our community who are personally affected either through friends and family who live in the affected areas, or just memories of maybe work with a fire in your own life or a life of somebody that you know. So I ask you to just be cognizant of what people may be experiencing, to please give your best thoughts and your hearts to those who are suffering right now. And also to breathe easily and don't move too quickly, because the air really is not healthy right now. So together as a community, I often say this, the only true response that I have for some of the violence in this country is to make sure that we're taking care of one another. That when we see somebody who is suffering, who may be alienated, who may feel just like they're not having a great day, to reach out to that person, do not ignore them. If you feel like you can't help them, please talk with an adult so that we're aware of it and maybe we can help them. And just take care of each other. That to me is the anecdote for our immediate community. So welcome, happy Monday, and I turn it over to our amazing student body presidents. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Temple. And now we'd like to invite up Jessie to talk about the Mission Ed Drive.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna. I'm Jessie. And we're seniors currently part of Dr. Fung's Ethnic Studies English PPP class. And we're working on a service project with the Mission Education Center, which is a K-5 elementary school for newly arrived Spanish-speaking immigrants. Of those students, there are about 59, and there are 50 families who are recently reunited from ICE detention centers. And so Jessie's going to talk a little bit about how we as a Lick community can help support them in our plan for a drive.
Yeah, so we've been in contact with the teachers at Mission Ed, and their goal is to collect a jacket and toy for each student there. Some other things as well, but this is what we decided we can help the best with. So we're going to ask each advisory to attempt to collect materials for a few of the students there. And we're still solidifying dates, but we're asking you, if you can, to try to think about some used jackets or toys that you could bring in and donate. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
You'll see it in the advising curriculum this Friday as well, or the next Friday.
And now we'd like to invite up Eleanor and Adnan to talk about Yoga Tech.
And I'm the communications director.
Hi, my name is Adnan and I'm the director of technology.
And we're here to introduce a new series that we're starting called Yoga Tech Tips, where we're going to have you all do a yoga move with us together, and then we're going to give you a tech tip. And for those of you that do better knowing why, this is all about efficiency. And so the more time that you have to do other things like sleep, don't listen to the person next to you saying that sleep is overrated, or learn something new or hang out with friends. So those are all things that we all want.
And this is an experiment because we don't know if it's really going to work, so we're going to try it out, and lifelong learning and all that fun stuff.
And we'll have all of these instructions in the next e-timer too, so you just listen. I think everyone, if you can stand up please, and we'll do a little yoga for a moment.
about interactive announcements. So we're trying to make our announcement a little more interactive. So go ahead and raise your arms. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Now raise your arms to the ceiling. Palms face the ceiling. What pose are we in? What pose are we in? I'm going to give you a hint. This is called a double inversion. Anyone know? Or an inverted headstand. Inverted handstand, sorry. Now you can tell people you can hold handstand for a really long time. Alright, go ahead and sit down.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, so are you ready? Here is your tech tip of the day. It takes people 23 minutes to get back on track after a distraction. So we're going to tell you some tips for how to minimize calls, emails, and notifications on your phone. And actually, Anand and I have two different ways of doing it, and there's more ways. So for me, for example, on my iPhone, I will from the bottom swipe up, and then I'll just tap the airplane mode and turn that on when I really need to focus and get something done.
And for me, I'll actually turn off, I've turned off all distractions that are not from human beings. So only texts and phone are the notifications that I get, so that when I get distracted, it's by people, not by apps. That's it?
That's it. Great.
All right. Next, we have a cross-country program. Next, we have the swag wheel by the development office.
Good morning, everybody. Before we do the swag wheel, I know it's so exciting. Before we do the swag wheel, we have a new member of our community, and she's going to introduce herself.
My name's Heather. I'm managing the annual fund here. I just came from working at Youth Radio for 4 years in Oakland, and I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you, Heather. Okay, we're gonna draw some names. Seniors. Tuvia. Juniors. Shaniva. Sophomores. Maya McDonald. Stevania Platt. Evie Platt. Hey. Guess what Heather's last name is? Platt. Guess what your last name is? Platt. How cool is that? Okay. Are you ready? Now, this is a question to which I bet many of you have answers. Please exercise some inner calm and don't yell them out, okay? Deal? All right, there are several people who work at Lick-Wilmerding who went to Lick-Wilmerding. Please name 2. This is faculty or staff. As soon as you think of them, raise your hand. Oh, Shani.
Mr. Sanborn and Miss Brooks.
Yes! Shani is the first person to officially get an answer correct on Swag Wheel. And let the record show that those are not the only 2. Do you know of others? Anybody?
Andrew?
Andrew Menenzala in admissions.
Jared Green.
Jerry Green in the LSC. Ben Cohn in the center. So much Tiger pride. Couple more. Someone else in admissions? Yeah.
Spencer?
Athletics. Spencer. Jewel Sparks in admissions. Elizabeth Tackett in admissions. Admissions is full of tigers. I think that's it. All right. Are you ready? Well, okay, so the wheel has had a malfunction, but we're going to make it happen for you. Are you ready? The top broke, so we're going to hold the thing, and you're going to spin the wheel. A hat! Woo! Congratulations.
Let's give it up for the swag wheel. And now we'd like to turn it over to Coach Smith.
Good morning, Tigers. Good morning, everybody. I have 2 announcements. First of all, with the air quality right now, we use this thing called the AQIs, the Air Quality Index number, and then we've all agreed, the North Coast section, that when it gets to 150, we do not practice or play games. Currently, right now, it is at 164. So, what that means for today, I really feel like by Wednesday everything should be clear, fingers crossed for tomorrow, but that means today there are no practices at all for any of our athletic teams. We would like, the varsity boys soccer team would like to meet in the classroom, and the varsity boys basketball and the girls basketball team would like to meet in the gym after school, so that's the only 2 teams. They just want to meet and go over a few things and talk. But other than that, we'll keep you updated so your parents should make them aware. There is no practice today, wrestling, soccer, and basketball. It is an honor for me now, for all of us here, the LW community, to welcome someone brand new to our athletic department. Nancy Chicas is from, come on up here, Nancy. Nancy. Now it's not easy to come up, so let's give her a warm welcome, please, Nancy. Yeah. Nancy is from the Bay Area, went to high school in San Francisco, and moved on and worked at universities, and she's coached as a head coach for basketball and soccer. We're lucky that she's an associate now in our athletic department. She arrives every day at 11:30 and will work with us every day and is excited to meet with you and talk to her. The one thing you don't know about her is just recently she was inducted into her high school Hall of Fame. So let's give her a big hand. Nancy, it's all yours.
Thank you. All I want to say is I'm excited to be here, and thank you for everybody. Everybody has been very welcoming and everything, and I'm just very thankful for the opportunity.
Please come by and say hi to Nancy, all right? So, what do we got next? Thank you.
And now we have announcements. 2 people per announcements. Per announcement, 30 seconds.
So, this is an announcement. For those who want to meditate during lunch, usually meditation Monday is in the garden, but it's not going to be in the garden today because of the air quality. It'll be in room 201. So just to know.
Hi everyone. So I'm Nemo.
I'm Sophia.
And we are from Sandy Hook Promise Club. And today during lunch we're going to have a meeting.
Yeah, so we're going to have a little discussion in the center about some of the recent shootings and some of the work that Sandy Hook Promise, which is a nonprofit organization, is trying to do to help prevent future gun violence. So.
Hi everyone, this is Tuvia again. I'm here for Jewish Student Union, which is hosting a JSU Shabbat. We'll be going down to Congregation Sha'ar Zahav this Friday. Meet at 6:30 in the foyer. If you're interested in showing up and seeing what Shabbat services are like. Thanks.
All right, hello, I'm Zach. I'm just here to remind you that this Wednesday and Thursday are PPP days, so 9th graders should check e-tag or whiteboard in the center for assignments. Sophomores can sign up for optional projects on the whiteboard in the center, and students in PPP class should check in with their teacher to see if they will be using the days for PPP projects.
Hello, I'm Annette. I'm one of 5 LO leaders. We have a Girl Talk coming up next semester, so please start writing your monologues. The due date will be December 7th, and that is a hard deadline. Also, this Thursday at lunch in room A, which is up in the library building, LO will be having a writing day, so you can come out, run your ideas past us, and get some feedback.
Hi, good morning. I'm Shin, one of the leaders of Kava Club, and today we're having a fundraiser in the CAF. We're selling platters of lumpia rice and barbecue chicken for $5, so please come out.
Hi, we are 2 of your one-act directors this year.
The deadline for writing one act is this Friday, so please submit. There's a folder outside the theater, or you can email Mr. C. We're super excited to read all your guys' work, so submit.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm Natasha, and we're some of the leaders of JSA Debate Club. So this weekend we're going to a convention in San Jose to raise money for convention costs. We're having a bake sale this Friday.
And we're also having a food drive, so if you bring 2 cans of food, you get a free baked good. You can also bring money, but if you're more interested in bringing food, please come out. We're going to donate it to the California State Food Bank, which will then distribute it to fire victims. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Julia.
I'm Tuvia, and apparently Julia wants me up here.
We just wanted to wish you a happy Veterans Day, and
Also happy Armistice Day. Yesterday was the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I.
so if you see a veteran or you know one, just think of her their service for our country.
I'm Josiah, one of the leaders of BSU. There's going to be a meeting today during lunch, H207.
Apparently, I'm also wanted up here for this announcement. Yay.
I'm Colleen. I'm Jason, we're on the varsity basketball team. Reminder, we have a game against Wallenberg High School Thursday.
And my favorite...
Thank you. Next announcement.
Hi, my name is Alina. I'm part of Dr. Fung's Ethnic Studies PPP class, and this Tuesday through Friday we'll be fundraising. We'll be selling wristbands, $1 for 2, and all the funds will be donated. Separate announcement, if you're part of the multicultural committee, tomorrow we'll be having a meeting during tutorial in room 303. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sabrina, and I'm one of your student inclusion chairs.
Yeah, I'm Eliot. I'm also a student inclusion chair.
So a couple, 2 weeks ago, the son of a Ferguson activist was lynched
So I just wanted to hold a moment of silence for Danya Jones. Thank you.
Concludes the community meeting. You can get to class.